Sorry about this, guys, I'm just a bit late again. I didn't realise this video would be released so far into the future. But you know what, it's better late than never. So let me welcome you all back to part 6 of my series where I tried to beat all of Plants vs Zombies 2 using only fruits. And honestly, it's about time you guys can all sit down, relax and enjoy the events that take place in the future of this series. Like with most of the worlds we've seen so far, on day 1 of Far Future we're introduced to its world gimmick. These neon power tiles make our plant food even more overpowered, doing way more damage spread across multiple lanes. Also, some off-camera seed grinding allowed me to unlock the Blastberry Vine. It attaches to and protects other plants, robbing it splash damaging fruit at opposing zombies. Honestly, I'm really grateful you guys kept suggesting me to use this plant, because not only does it have a sick design, but it can easily take out these jetpack zombies that we're going to be seeing constantly throughout the rest of the video. After unlocking the laser beam, we can move on to day 2, which is easily wiped out with some help from our dragon brutes. We also do run into these shield zombies, but luckily they won't be a problem later in the video because I have a very good counter for these mini mechs. Day 3 was another cakewalk. However, on day 4 we're introduced to a new type of level only exclusive to this world. Basically, lots of extra sun drops from the sky, and if tapped when purple, they'll explode and kill zombies. However, if I wait for them to reach the ground, I get the sun as normal. So it's like any normal level, but just without any help from the solar tomato. Day 5 was carried by the Aki, but we do run into these really tanky traffic cone robot zombies though. Now, although we weren't allowed to pick our plants on day 6, we actually do unlock a new fruit, this annoying orange. He's basically just a really fat ginger, kinda reminds me of someone.
Yep, you're banned.
Look, he even takes up half of the thumbnail. But to be honest, I can't really hate on this guy because he is amazing at taking down stronger zombies. On day 8, we had the first conveyor belt level of the world, and also easily cleared day 9 with this monstrous fruit setup. Another thing that happened on day 9 is that now, for the 3rd time this video, we unlock a new fruit, the EM Peach. Honestly, he's only going to be useful mainly for the far future, but to be fair, he is also the cheapest usable plant that we've unlocked so far, so I'm very happy to add him to the team. For anyone who doesn't know, the EM Peach is able to stall and disable any robot zombies, and honestly, I don't blame you if you didn't know that, because neither did I. So that's why you guys are only going to see usage of him later in the video. Anyways, day 10 is when this world starts to get a little bit more tricky. This disco ball that spawns disco zombies was just really overwhelming, and it did take me a couple attempts to beat this level, but luckily the dragon brute is just so overpowered. Day 11 was a one-wave piss easy plan your defense level, and this setup absolutely rips through the zombies. These two gingers make an insane duo. For anyone who's already watched my previous fruits only videos, you'll know that my #1 counter to Gargantuas has always been the lava guava. Bearing in mind we ran into 3 on day 12, but luckily we were barely able to squeeze past and move on to day 13, where we encounter this football mech zombie. He's basically just a remodeled version of the Troglodyte from part 4 of this series, but instead of pushing ice blocks, he pushes our plants backwards, sending them flying off the whole map. Annoyingly, we can't use the plant that we unlocked on this day, which is the Infinite, who's actually one of my favourites in the whole game, but regardless, we move on to day 14, which is surprisingly difficult because of the limited amount of sun we can spend. But yet again, for about the 1000th time this series, the Kiwi Beast comes in clutch and absolutely steamrolls this level. On day 15, we have to protect these 3 endangered oranges, and I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this or not, but I'm pretty stupid, so it's difficult for my brain to multitask on like 5 different things at once. I kept losing this level to the most insignificant things that I just wasn't paying attention to, but I eventually got the tactics down and was able to win with the help of the Endurian. On day 16 we had another conveyor belt level, but we were actually able to beat it with only Citrons. This plant is literally the poster boy for the far future. He shows up constantly throughout these types of levels, including the Zomboss battle at the end of the video. On day 17 we have a specialised level centering the magnifying glass. This level was really easy and allowed me to use the Infinite, so I'm not complaining. Never in the 4 months of me being a PVC2 YouTuber would I ever think a level would have to be this complicated. On day 18, we had to produce 6,000 sun. What am I even going to buy with 6,000 sun? Also, I'm pretty sure you lot would know this by now, but I only have 1 sun producer who isn't 6,000 sun amazing, but does the job in most scenarios, which unfortunately means such a high sun quota just isn't possible with only using the solar tomato. But maybe we could use not only the solar tomato and combine it with another plant, the unsung hero of this video, the EM Peach. As stated earlier in the video, the EM Peach is able to temporarily already stunned robot zombies. Combine this with its low cost and its fast reload time, and we're able to infinitely stall out a slow moving mech. And coincidentally, the last zombie on the last wave of this level happens to be exactly what we need. Using the Ian Peach's stun combined with the Kiwi Beast's knockback, we're able to spam solo tomatoes with the previously gathered sun on this one singular zombie. I was probably farming this one zombie for around half an hour, but you know what, if it works, it works. I'm not going to sit here and complain about my own tactics. On day 19, we had another one of these exploding sun levels, where I also discovered that the Ian Peach absolutely counters the Disco Ball Zombie and this world's Gargantuas. Anyways, on day 20, we're introduced to the Starfruit, who we can hopefully unlock later in the series. Day 21 follows a similar storyline to day 18, but instead of having to produce 6,000 sun, we only have to produce 5,000. Much more manageable, right? Well, you would be, but we also have the hindrance of only being allowed 16 plants on the field at a time. Honestly, this didn't make much of an impact on the level, but the only thing that actually did impact the level was this Disco Zombie, spawning waves of jetpack zombies giving me an insane amount of sun. Also, I thought this wave was the final wave, but luckily, I don't think the Cherry Bomb is scared of hordes of zombies. Day 22 was another plan your defense level, and again it was destroyed, but by a slightly different ginger duo this time. Day 23 consisted of a fairly basic level, apart from the fact only a few plants could be on the field. Also, we were only allowed to spend 2,000 sun, and what a surprise my dumb ass got about this, so it did take me a couple of attempts to beat this level. Anyways, we move on to day 24, the last proper level of this video. It was another one of these sun levels, but just with everything we've seen in the far future ramped up to maximum difficulty. Imagine more zombies, stronger zombies, and waves up begin so fast you have no time to prepare. Although it was a bit of a struggle, we have come quite far in this video, and the free fruits that I unlocked in this world massively helped me to counter any combination of zombies in this level. That being said, the biggest challenge of this world is still upon us. However, we did manage to beat Zomboss again with only fruits. Now that we've taken down the far future, we're officially over halfway through this challenge. But please don't go anywhere yet, because I reckon the Dark Ages will properly mark where this challenge actually begins. Ever since day 1 of this series, the most commonly asked question by you guys has been how am I going to cope with the limited amount of sun in the Dark Ages? Well, honestly, I'm not that organised and I still don't really know, so I guess we're just going to have to find out together. If you've made it this far into the video, it probably means you liked it to some extent. So if you haven't already, could you please comment, like, or best of all, subscribe. My dream of being a YouTuber may actually be becoming a reality, so supporting my channel not only pushes my videos into a wider audience, but the positive feedback that this series receives motivates me to upload more frequently and of higher quality. Again, if you haven't already, could you please subscribe? It's completely free, and if you change your mind, you can unsubscribe at any time. Anyways, I'm so grateful that you've made it to the end of this video. It really does mean a lot to me because of the amount of effort I've put into this series. Once again, I really do hope you've enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for the rest of this series. See ya!